it's important to know where Republicans stand right now. More than anything, this bill raises the debt ceiling into 2024, and it would cut an estimated $4.5, a little bit more maybe, $1 trillion over 10 years. How does it do that? It would cut discretionary spending by 13% in 1 year. That's all of those agencies, everything that Congress has a say over. In addition, this bill would block new credits that were started last year for solar, wind, and clean energy. Medicaid recipients would have to work 80 hours a month if they were able-bodied and not parents. And in addition, there would be an extension of the SNAP or food stamp work requirement so that people up to age 55 would have to work to get food stamps.
Well, that's a lot, right? Okay, so it blocks wind and solar credits started last year. So you're telling me, no, so you're telling the American people, all the people that bought solar and put solar on their homes and spent a lot of money to do so, knowing that they would get a tax incentive back, you're telling all those Americans, you? Because we need to save some money because Donald Trump spent 25% of our debt limit in 4 years, and we need to find a way to pay for it, so you need to do that instead of making the wealthy pay? Huh? And then he says Medicaid recipients up to the age 55 need to work 80 hours a month. Huh. Well, you know what? I'm on Medicaid, and I have PTSD. I work 4 hours short of 80 hours a month. So what? I lose my Medicaid? I lose my Medicaid? Like, fuck you, dude. I am a functioning member of society. I pay my taxes. I do everything I can to function and get by. And you want to make my life impossible. I am clean off drugs. I am in a rehabilitation program that I put myself in almost 3 years ago that Medicaid pays for. If I were to get my Medicaid cut off, they would take me out of treatment. And I would probably, I would definitely relapse onto heroin. I would be back on the street and on drugs. Tell me how this is good for the American people. That's just me. Think of that on a mass scale. If you think this is just a small anecdotal thing, you're wrong. And then there's work requirements for food stamps. That's what's really... If you are working, why do you need food stamps? If you're working, why do you need food stamps? That in and of itself is the Republican Party saying, hey, we know that minimum wage isn't enough to live on, so here's food stamps. But then they'll say, we're not going to raise minimum wage because that's enough to live on. But I don't understand that's the Republican Party admitting that it's not enough to live on. So why do you need to work to get food stamps? If you're working, why do you need food stamps? None of it makes any sense. But neither does the GOP.